Well, hey folks, Real Awesome Witch Redlands, my review of New Japan Pro Wrestling's World Tag League Night 12 event, and not the best night of the tournament, but still enjoyable, and they've given us a thumbs up. Big thank you as always to Jim for sending me that. Really do appreciate it. There will be a poll up there. Go ahead and leave your thoughts in the comments, and leave a grade up there. Really appreciate your guys' feedback, and let's jump right into it. Japanese commentary is super fired up. Even if I don't understand any Japanese, my god, they are greatly fired up. And the first match is really, really quick. Ayato and Shota versus KES, and after briefly attacking KES, it was straight up dominance by Archer and Davey Boy Smith Jr., and soon a killer bomb for the 1-2-3. This is over in like 4 minutes, or just over 4 minutes. I'm starting to look kind of stupid for picking Ayato and Shota to win at least one match or possibly two matches in this tournament, since we only have, let's see, the two VOD episodes Monday and Tuesday, which I'll provide an update. Maybe I'll review those. I may not. It just totally depends on how tired I am. I got a lot of things going on, so we'll see. If I can't review those, I am back for all the remaining 3 live shows. But anyway, enjoyable enough. It wasn't anything. It wasn't anything great, but I still hold out hope that Ayato and Shota will win at least one match. I had them winning 2 matches. I don't think that's going to happen. Now, Yuji Nagata and Nakanishi versus Evil and Sonata, and this was an enjoyable match. The vets putting over the youth, even though Evil and Sonata having to work heel because Nagata and Nakanishi are so damn beloved. There was a good double submission spot with Nakanishi and Nagata, and a nice crossbody Nakanishi hit later on. But Evil and Sonata would take over. Everything is Evil and Nagata, and then a moonsault from Sonata to Nakanishi for the 1-2-3, and Evil and Sonata are rolling in this tournament. Enjoyable match, and certainly better than the opening match that we got. Not that the opening match was bad, but it was a squash match, so you take what you can get. Finley and Juice versus Yujiro Takahashi and Hangman Page, and Pieter, whoever Yujiro's girl is. I believe that's how you say her name. Apologies if I got the name wrong. The one with the bunny ears. So, bit of comedy. Page was shining. Juice and Finley are a goddamn delight. There was a nice spot where first Yujiro and Page would try for crossbodies to the outside. Finley and Juice would get out of the way. They would try for crossbodies. Basically, it was like a bit of like trading where, hey, we're going to try to move. Nope. And then finally, a couple of them hit crossbodies. It was a pretty nice bit of comedy. And some good dives, some good tag work as you would expect. But in the end, Pulp Friction on Hangman Page for the 1-2-3, and FinJuice are really, really rolling here. So far, 3 matches. This show was over within like over in under 2.5 hours. So that's pretty damn cool. I like that this New Japan action flies by. It makes it easier to watch it live, especially when I have to work in the morning, like, a few hours from now. But anyway, good stuff so far. I think the first 4 matches were over in the first hour. Then we get to Hanare and Makabe versus Minoru Suzuki and Iizuka. And this is enjoyable. Of course, you get Suzuki-gun members, and especially the leader Suzuki-gun, attacking before the bell. Goes outside quickly. There's some ref bump comedy at one point where after Izuka's mask gets removed, Iizuka tries to bite the ref goes to the outside, Suzuki rolls him back in, and then, ref tries to roll him back out. That was pretty funny. Hanare and Makabe took a lot of hits, especially from Suzuki. And, credit to Hanare, he did not back down one bit. I would back down because I choose life. But it is what it is. He is a big, strong guy. And in the end, after some breakdowns, some good moves, you had a King Kong knee drop on Iizuka for the 1-2-3. And 8 points for Makabe and Hanare, who aren't going to win the tournament, but getting some nice victories here, and it's a nice experience for Hanare, who I still think is going to be a big star in the coming years. So yeah, 4 matches down. Let's get right to the 5th match. Jeff Cobb and Michael Elgin versus Beretta and Chuck E.T., the best friends. An enjoyable match, and I'm not fond of giving credit to Elgin, but I will say that him and Cobb do work well together, even though Cobb has basically had to carry Elgin, because let's be honest, Cobb is a lot less limited in the ring than Elgin is. Chuck E. T's still unhinged. Now anytime he takes a hit to the head, like I had to go back and look, but when he had that match where they faced off against Makabe and Hanare, it was a headbutt that pretty much sent Chuck E. T over the edge. So now they're going with the whole thing, him being targeted and him being unhinged if he takes a blow to the head. And I think he took an elbow to the head at this point that really, really unhinged him, and I'll get to that in a bit. Some good strength displays as you would get with Elgin, and especially Jeff Cobb, who's a flat-out ridiculous athlete. There were dives by the best friends, some good stuff. Good suplexes, a couple good German spots. At one point, Beretta gets out of a German suplex from Elgin and gets right into one from Cobb, and Cobb just hurls him. I mean, he hurls him safely, but it's just how strong Cobb is. And then it's outside the ring. Chucky T just gets just starts going nuts. He pulls some chairs out. He's hitting Cobb and he's hitting Elgin outside. He gets some chairs in the ring, starts hitting Elgin. So apparently chairs outside are fine. You can crush somebody with a forklift or something as long as it's outside the ring and it's not DQ. You get a chair inside the ring and it's a DQ. And I know Japan likes to have their strong finishes and their clean finishes, but still. It's just kind of funny how almost anything can happen outside the ring. You could go outside for like almost 100 count. The ref waits like 2 minutes before he counts to 20. But moving on from that, Chucky's just hitting Elgin with chairs, which I was fine with. Starts hitting Cobb like, nah. But whatever. Cobb's a big lad. He can take it. But yeah, Chucky like showing that he's unhinged. But it's like, oh no, don't worry, Beretta. I'm just totally fine. Even though he's not fine. He's not fine at all. But yeah, it ends up being a DQ finish, so both teams end up tied at points. And again, I'll get to it a little bit later. They're tied at 10 points. So yeah, Cobb and Elgin are still technically alive, even though they didn't really look like winners by the end of this match. So curious to see where they're going. There are people that said Chucky T may be the mole in Chaos. I'm still going with Ospreay. I think it's going to be Ospreay. Maybe they'll play up the whole injury angle and how Bullet Club checked on him. But Chaos never did, or something like that. It would be just a way for Ospreay to go heel. I could be wrong. Who knows? It could be Chucky T. Could be Rocky. Could be Rocky Romero, even though I think he's better as a babyface. But now we move on to match number 6. Kojima and Tenzan versus Tomohiro Ishii and Yano, and the expected Yano antics. What are you going to get? I mean, of course you're going to get that. You're going to get some great tag work. They go outside for a bit. Outside the ring, by the way, not or outside the ring in the crowd, not outside the arena. That'd be kind of funny. It did pick up near the end. There was some really, really good, some good tag work, some good near falls and stuff like that. Some antics. Ishii hitting really, really hard. Him and Tenzan just throwing headbutts. Tenzan did attempt a moonsault. He missed this time, and then it was a low blow, and then by Yano while the ref was bumped. And then a clothesline from Ishii and a roll-up by Yano for the 1-2-3. And Tenzan gets pinned. And Ishii and Yano have been a surprising team here. Now, even though Yano tends to win more than he loses, usually you would think his antics would come back to bite him in the ass. Now, that still could happen in this tournament, but Ishii does get the victory, or help get the victory here. And yeah, it was a really, really fun match. And then we get to Tama Tonga and Tonga Loa versus Zack Sabre Jr. and Taichi. And I feel like I'm saying this a whole lot about any match where either of these teams are facing. Hey, who can out-heel the other? I think I've said that the last 3 or 4 reviews with each of these respective teams, depending on who they're facing. It starts outside, of course. You got Taichi and Tama were like outside for most of it, while Sabre Jr. and Tonga or Tonga Loa were outside the ring and then back in there wrestling while Taichi and Tama are outside. Some mic stand usage. I mean, it was good stuff, good submission wrestling, but this is more about antic stuff and like doing dirty tactics behind the ref's back. There's mic stand usage and then cane usage all while the ref was bumped or while the ref couldn't hear the kendo stick being cracked and probably wonder what happened. There was a nice little spot where Taichi uses mic stand to stop the kendo stick from striking him. But in the end, even though it looked like maybe Taichi and Sabre Jr. might get the victory over the IWGP Tag Champions, Super Powerbomb and Tonga Loa pins Taichi for the 1-2-3. So yeah, the tag champs are rolling also, and we got a few teams tied number 14 points, and I'll get to that here in just a bit. So yeah, it's looking like a really good tournament so far. And then we get a rematch that we had from the previous night. Yeah, it was a previous night. It might have been even the previous 2 nights. Okada, Tanahashi, Kushida, and Rocky versus Jay White, Bad Luck Fale, Taiji Ishimori, and Gato. And we've seen it before, Wrestle Kingdom hype. It was enjoyable. It's enjoyable. Do not get me wrong. I'm not going to fault any of these performers. Even Fale, who looks like he's maybe hurting a whole lot. It was what it was. It was enjoyable. Some good spots. But like I said, Wrestle Kingdom hype, we have seen it all before. There was times where they went outside the ring, especially in the beginning. In the end, Rocky takes the pin again after the bloody cross from Ishimori for the 1-2-3. And Jay White cuts promo. Oh, hey, they're 0-3 against us, this dream team of Tanahashi and Okada, and you will all breathe with the switchblade, and there we go. B minus. B minus. It was, I almost wanted to give it a C plus, but I enjoyed a couple more of the tag matches than I would have thought, so I'm going to say B minus. And like I said, the poll is up there. Now I'm going to give you the point totals. So, Evil and Sonata at 14 points, Cobb and Elgin at 10 points, Makabe and Hanare at 8 points. Even though they're technically alive, they're basically out of the tournament because they would have to win everything and every other team would have to lose. Tenton and Kojima are out. They have 6 points. Beretta and Chucky T are still in with 10 points. Ayato and Shota have 0 points. Obviously, they're out. I think they were pretty much out after the first 3 nights. Nagata and Nakanishi still have just 2 points. They are out. Suzuki and Iizuka have 8 points. Technically alive, but they're basically out. Page and Yujiro have 6 points. They're out. Ishii and Yano with 14 points. Tied with Evil and Sonata. Juice and Finley at 12 points. KES with 12 points, so they're tied. Tomatonga Tongaloa at 14 points, so it's a 3-way tie between the IWGP Heavyweight Tag Champions, Evil and Sonata, and Ishii and Yano. And then Sabre Jr. and Taichi at 10 points. It's going to be very interesting what happens by... So I may actually still try to review the Monday and Tuesday shows, or at least keep up on the point totals, because it's going to be very interesting. By that point, it's going to be pretty obvious who's set in the finals. So, yeah, like I said, B-. And let me know what you guys thought. Like, share, subscribe, Twitter handle in the description. It's been Real Honesty with John Ritlin, and I will see you soon.